Hello guys, welcome back to the new episode of Road to Redis. In this episode, we will be learning about list in Redis. So lists are the simple linked list of string values in which we can store multiple amount of data. So the list oftenly used for creating stack queues, or we can say a queue management system for the worker threads.
So let's take a look for the Redis list basic commands. So the first command which we will be using is lpush command. So lpush command is the command which create a list if the list is not already exist in the Redis database and adds a new element to the head of a list. Let's take a look for the lpush command using a Redis CLI. So the best basic syntax for the lpush command is the command name. Then the command requires two arguments. First is key and second is element. So the key is the name of the list. So we will be keeping the name as card list and the element as, let's say, fault. When we press enter, it will return an integer 1. It means the list has been created and the element is also been added into the list. So the second basic command for the Redis list is the rpush command. It's almost similar to the lpush command, but the difference between in lpush and rpush is that the rpush adds a new element to the tail, or we can say to the end of the list, but the lpush adds a new element to the head of the list. So let's jump directly to the third command, lpop. Lpop is the basic command which removes the element from the list and returns an element from the head of a list. It means when we do the lpop and when we do the lpop, so the lpop removes that element from the list and shows the output of that element which the lpop has removed from the list. Let's take a look to the lpop command in to the Redis CLI. So let's see the basic syntax of the lpop command. So first, same as lpush command, we will be typing the name of the command lpop, and the lpop command requires only one argument, which is key, which means we need to pass the list name from which we are going to pop an element from the head. So our key name, or we can say our list name, is car list. So when we lpop the car list, so there is only one element which is Ford. So it will pop. It means remove the element from the list and shows us the output of that element on our Redis CLI. So let's press and enter. We can see that lpop remove the first element and shows us on the Redis CLI. So the next basic command is lln. Lln is the command which returns you the length of a list, that how many elements your list contains. Let's take a look to the lln command in the Redis CLI. So the similar as lpop command, we will be typing the lln, and then it requires also a key, which means the name of the list. When we pass the list name, then as we know that there is only a one element in our list which already has been popped out using a lpop command. So it means the length of our list is 0. When we press enter, it will return a 0, which means there is no element present in the list. But if we do the keys static, so we can see that there is no list present because Redis deletes the list when there is no element present in the list. But when we do the lln card list, it means that there is no element and the no list present, so it will return a 0, that there is no element present in a list which is named as card list. So that's how lln, lpop, and lpush command works. So let's take a look to the list commands using a C++ code. To use a list command, first command lpush, we need to call a function redis.lpush, and it requires two arguments, same as the Redis CLI. So the first argument is key and second argument is value. So we will be using a key as we can say food item, and the value is like pizza. Okay. So when we run this code, the lpush command will push the element into the Redis database. So let's lpop as well to see that our lpush command works correctly or not. To see the lpop output, the lpop output returns a string. To see that output, we need to use stdcout and then redis.lpop, and it requires a key. So our key is food item, and it will return as a value. To check the length as well, we can use, before doing a pop, we can use the lln command to see the length of our Redis list. So we will be again using a cout to see the length. We will use redis dot lln. So lln written along, it means we don't need to get the value. So we will be just calling this function lln and then providing a key name. And after that, we putting a line break. So let's run our code and see the output. So the first, the lpush will add a food item list and add an item list and add an item pizza. When we do the lln, it should show the length of the list, which is 1. And after that, when we pop an element, it shows the value pizza. So let's build our code. It's building. Okay, so build finished. Let's run the code. So we can see, just ignore this Pong and Redis, we can see the length is 1 and the output is pizza. So this is how lpush, lln, and lpop command works using a C++ code.
So this is how we can create a list in Redis using a C++ code and a Redis CLI. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned a lot about list in Redis. If you have any questions, so don't forget to put your questions in a comment section below, and please subscribe my channel, do like this video and share with your friends. Thank you guys. Keep watching my channel.